Artificial Apocalypse, The Awakening. Chapter 1, The Beginning of the End. The sun was setting, casting an orange glow over the city as Alex Stone sat on his apartment balcony, his phone pressed to his ear. Emma's voice, sweet and familiar, brought a smile to his face. "I can't believe we finally have a weekend off together," Emma said, her excitement palpable. "What should we do first? The beach or that new Italian place? How about both?" "We can grab some gelato after a swim," Alex replied, leaning back in his chair. "I'm looking forward to just relaxing for once." Suddenly, a scream pierced the air, followed by a cacophony of car alarms and distant explosions. Alex sat up, his heart pounding. "What the hell was that?" Emma's voice turned anxious. "Alex, what's going on? Are you okay?" Alex stood and moved to the edge of the balcony, looking down at the street below. Chaos had erupted. People were running in all directions, some covered in blood. A car smashed into a lamppost, and the driver stumbled out, clutching a deep bite wound on his neck. "Emma, something's happening. Stay inside. Lock the doors and windows," Alex said, his voice steady despite the rising panic inside him. "Alex, I'm at the library. People here are freaking out. I don't know what's happening. I'm coming to get you." "Just stay put," he commanded, grabbing his backpack from the chair and sprinting inside. He quickly packed essentials: water bottles, a flashlight, a first aid kit. His gaze fell on the baseball bat by the door. It had been a gift from his college baseball days, now it was a potential lifeline. He grabbed it, gripping the handle tightly. "Stay safe, Emma." "I'm on my way," he said, ending the call. He could hear her shouting something, but he was already racing down the stairs. As Alex burst out onto the street, the scene was worse than he had imagined. The air was thick with smoke, and the screams were unending. He saw a woman being chased by a man with glazed, vacant eyes, his mouth dripping with blood. The woman tripped and fell, and the man was on her in an instant, tearing into her flesh with horrifying ferocity. "What the hell, zombies?" Alex whispered, disbelief mixing with terror. He tightened his grip on the bat. His mind raced. "Okay, stay calm. Head straight to the library, get Emma, and get the hell out of here." He moved quickly but cautiously, keeping to the shadows as much as possible. The zombies, if that's what they were, seemed drawn to noise and movement. He turned a corner and came face to face with one of the creatures. It snarled, lunging at him with unnatural speed. "Get back!" Alex shouted, swinging the bat with all his strength. The bat connected with the zombie's head with a sickening crunch, and it collapsed to the ground, twitching. "Hacker," he muttered, his hands shaking. "Get it together, Alex." He continued on, each step feeling like a lifetime. He passed scenes of horror: a mother protecting her children, a group of men fighting off zombies with makeshift weapons. He wanted to help, but he had to stay focused. Emma needed him. As he neared the library, he saw more and more of the undead. The library doors were open, and people were pouring out, screaming and running in all directions. Alex pushed his way through the crowd, calling out Emma's name. "Emma! Emma, where are you? Alex!" Her voice was a lifeline in the chaos. He spotted her near the entrance, holding a thick book like a shield. She ran to him, her face pale but determined. "Thank God you're okay," Alex said, pulling her into a quick embrace. "We need to get out of here, now." "Alex, what's happening?" "These people, they're turning into monsters." "I don't know, but we're not sticking around to find out." "Come on." He led her through the streets, trying to avoid the main thoroughfares where the zombies were thickest. They ducked into alleys, sprinted across intersections, and fought off any zombies that got too close. Emma used the heavy book to bash at the creatures when they got too near, her fear giving her strength. After what felt like hours, they reached a temporary safe zone, a small convenience store with barred windows. Alex barricaded the door with shelves and turned to Emma, who was panting and shaking. "Are you hurt?" he asked, checking her for any signs of bites or scratches. "No, I'm okay," she replied, her voice trembling. "Alex, what are we going to do? How do we stop this?" Alex took a deep breath, trying to calm his racing thoughts. "First, we survive. We find a safe place, gather supplies, and stay low. We can figure out the rest once we know we're not about to become zombie chow." Emma nodded, her eyes filled with determination. Okay. Together. Chapter 2, The Awakening. Alex and Emma worked quickly, moving through the small convenience store with a sense of urgency. The shelves were mostly intact, and they grabbed whatever non-perishable items they could find: canned goods, bottled water, energy bars. Alex found a couple of backpacks in the back storage room and filled them to the brim. Make sure to grab any medical supplies too, Alex instructed, his voice steady but urgent. We might need them later. Emma nodded, tossing bandages, antiseptic, and painkillers into her bag. Got it. What about these? She held up a pack of batteries and a flashlight. Perfect. Anything that might help us stay alive. They worked in silence for a while, the only sounds being the rustling of packaging and the occasional distant scream from outside. Once they had everything they could carry, Alex pushed a shelf in front of the door for extra security. They retreated to the back of the store, where they could watch the front entrance and still have some cover. Alex peered out through a small crack between the boards covering the window. The streets were eerily quiet now, the initial chaos giving way to an unsettling stillness. Bodies littered the ground, both human and zombie, and small fires burned in the distance. Emma joined him, her face pale. Do you think it's over? The worst of it, I mean? I don't know, Alex replied, his eyes scanning for any movement. But we need to stay on guard. We can't afford to let our guard down, not even for a second. They took turns keeping watch, each trying to rest while the other remained vigilant. As the hours passed, fatigue began to set in, and their conversation grew quieter, more sporadic. Alex was just starting to doze off when a sudden, sharp pain shot through his entire body. He gasped, clutching his head as the room seemed to spin around him. Emma cried out beside him, her face contorted in pain. Alex! What's happening? She managed to gasp, her voice strained. I don't know, Alex groaned, trying to stay upright. A strange, pulsating energy enveloped them, growing more intense with each passing second. The air crackled with electricity, and a high-pitched whine filled their ears. Just as the pain reached its peak, everything went black. Alex found himself floating in a vast, starry expanse. The pain was gone, replaced by a sense of weightlessness and calm. He looked around, bewildered, and noticed a glowing ball approaching him. It was perfect glowing sphere, as if made of pure light. Welcome, Alex Stone, a voice spoke, echoing in the void. You have been chosen. Chosen? Alex repeated, his voice sounding small in the vast emptiness. Yes, the artificial-induced apocalypse that has engulfed your world has triggered the awakening of hidden abilities within you and many others. Your success in unlocking one of the first unique talents among countless awakeners is impressive. As a result, you have been granted a semi-AI system panel, an essential tool designed to guide and support you in mastering your newfound powers. As the voice spoke, a translucent interface appeared before Alex, filled with symbols and numbers he didn't understand. Your unique skill, copy skill, allows you to replicate the abilities of those you encounter. Alex's mind raced as he tried to process the information. Copy skill? What does this all mean? The copy skill enables you to acquire the abilities of others by physical touch. The system will guide you through its tutorial. The more you use these abilities, the more powerful they will become. The system will provide guidance and missions to help you level up your stats and abilities. Before Alex could ask any more questions, the figure began to fade. Remember, Alex Stone, you have been chosen for a purpose. Use your abilities wisely and protect those you care about. Alex's eyes snapped open, his body drenched in sweat. He sat up quickly, checking his surroundings. They were still in the convenience store, but everything felt different. He turned to Emma, who was beginning to stir. Emma? Are you okay? He asked, his voice shaking. Emma rubbed her temples and sat up slowly, her face pale but composed. Alex, I had the strangest dream. There was this glowing figure, and it told me I had unlocked some sort of ability, something about telekinesis. I could move small objects with my mind. Alex's heart raced as he listened to Emma. It mirrored what he had experienced, and he felt a surge of relief that they weren't going through this alone. Just then, a system prompt appeared in his vision. Tutorial mission: copy one skill from any living or unalive being. Reward: unlock the passive ability Insight. Insight, a passive ability that allows you to scan any object, person, or otherwise unalive entity to see their stats, skills, and other information. Alex looked up at Emma after reading the mission information. He made sure to focus on her, ensuring she couldn't see the holographic window floating in front of him. He reached for her hand and cupped it in his, feeling a surge of warmth and connection. Another system prompt appeared. Do you want to copy the skill, telekinesis? He looked up in amazement, his eyes wide with disbelief. Emma, what happened in your dream? Can you tell me more about it? Emma frowned, trying to recall the details. The figure said I had the ability to move things with my mind. It felt so real, like I could feel the objects in my hands even though they were floating in the air. And then, it said something about using this power to survive, to protect us. Alex nodded, his mind racing. He knew he had to try copying her skill, but he didn't want to alarm her. Emma, I think something similar happened to me. I met this glowing figure too, and it told me about abilities I might have now. It mentioned a system that would guide me. Emma's eyes widened. You too? What kind of abilities? Alex took a deep breath, deciding to be honest. It said I have a copy skill, which means I can temporarily take on the abilities of others. And there's a passive ability called Insight that I can unlock if I complete a tutorial mission. A tutorial mission? Emma echoed, curiosity and concern mingling in her voice. What do you have to do? He glanced at the system prompt again, then back at Emma. It says I need to copy a skill from any living or unalive being. If I do that, I'll unlock Insight. Emma's expression turned serious. So, you need to copy my telekinesis? Alex nodded. Yeah, but I don't want to do it without your permission. I don't know how this works or if it might affect you. Emma squeezed his hand reassuringly. Alex, if this can help us survive, then do it. We're in this together, remember? Alex felt a swell of gratitude. He focused on the system prompt and confirmed the action. Copying skill, telekinesis. A wave of energy washed over him, and for a moment, he felt a strange connection to Emma, like he could sense her thoughts and emotions. Then, the sensation faded, replaced by a new awareness. He looked at a small can on the floor and concentrated. To his amazement, it wobbled slightly, then lifted into the air. Emma gasped. Alex, you did it! You really copied my skill. Alex lowered the can gently, a mix of excitement and relief flooding through him. Yeah, I did. And it worked. Another system prompt appeared, this time more detailed. Tutorial mission complete. Reward, passive skill Insight unlocked. Alex closed his eyes, focusing on activating Insight. When he opened them, a translucent overlay appeared, showing information about the store, the items around them, and even Emma. He quickly deactivated it, not wanting to invade her privacy. This Insight ability is incredible, he said, his voice filled with awe. It shows me everything about our surroundings, including the skills and stats of people and objects. Emma smiled, a mixture of relief and hope in her eyes. This could be a game changer for us. We need to figure out how to use these abilities to our advantage. Alex nodded, determination hardening his resolve. We will. But first, we need to get somewhere safe and figure out our next move. As Alex stood watch in the dimly lit convenience store, he studied the panel that had granted him his extraordinary abilities. He focused on understanding the strengths and cooldowns of each skill, as well as any limitations they might have. The copy skill, for instance, allowed him to replicate up to 5 abilities from others. However, he could only hold a certain number of copied skills at once, and using it drained a significant amount of his mental energy. He also needed to be in contact to the person he wanted to copy from. His passive skill, Insight, provided him with a deep understanding and tactical advantage in any situation. It allowed him to see information about their surroundings, including the skills and stats of people and objects. But using it was mentally exhausting and required a short cooldown period before he could use it again. As he continued to study the panel, Alex couldn't help but feel a sense of responsibility for these newfound powers. He knew that they could be incredibly useful in their mission to protect humanity from existential threats, but he also understood that they came with risks and limitations. Meanwhile, Emma slept soundly nearby, her telekinetic ability still active but dormant for now. Alex couldn't help but feel grateful for her trust in allowing him to copy her skill earlier that day. Their partnership had grown stronger since then, and he knew that they would need each other's support more than ever as they faced whatever challenges lay ahead. After what felt like hours of studying the panel and taking mental notes, Alex found an option inside the system panel which would allow him share his system holographic visually with Emma. Elated, he woke her up to show her what he could see about objects' information around them. Chapter 3: The Library. A few hours later, Alex and Emma sat on the floor of the convenience store, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of a flashlight. The atmosphere was tense as they planned their next move. "We need to find a more defensible position," Alex said, his voice low and determined. "The library would be a good choice. It's got multiple floors, and we can fortify the top one." Emma nodded, her eyes scanning the room as if expecting danger to burst through at any moment. "I agree. It's also centrally located, which makes it easier to monitor the surrounding area." Alex's gaze shifted to the holographic interface that hovered in his vision. He was still getting used to the system's presence, and its constant prompts had become both a blessing and a curse. A new mission prompt appeared, making his heart race with a mix of excitement and apprehension. Daily mission: eliminate 100 zombies. Reward: unlock dimensional storage ability level 1. "Looks like we have our work cut out for us," Alex said, his fingers gripping the baseball bat tighter. "But this dimensional storage ability could be crucial. We need it." Emma glanced at the mission prompt on Alex's interface. "What exactly does dimensional storage do?" "It'll give us a 1 cubic meter storage space," Alex explained. "It's like having a portable safe where we can keep our supplies. It's exactly what we need right now." With their plan set, Alex and Emma emerged from the convenience store and carefully made their way towards the library. The streets were littered with debris, and the occasional distant groan from a zombie served as a grim reminder of their reality. As they approached the library unopposed, they noticed a large group of zombies gathered near the entrance. Alex took a deep breath, his mind already racing through possible strategies. He activated Emma's telekinesis skill, using his newfound ability to manipulate metal pipes lying on the ground. The pipes hovered in the air, guided by his will. "Cover me while I deal with them," Alex instructed, his voice firm. "I'll handle the zombies with these." Emma nodded, her face set with determination. "Got it. I'll keep any stragglers away." Alex focused intently, his mind and willpower meshing seamlessly with Emma's telekinesis. The metal pipes danced through the air, shooting towards the zombies with pinpoint accuracy. Each pipe struck its target with a sickening crunch, and the zombies fell to the ground, their groans silenced. Alex's heart pounded in his chest as he guided the pipes, skillfully dispatching the undead. He couldn't help but marvel at how powerful the telekinesis skill felt in his hands. The control was precise, the feedback almost instantaneous. "Looks like you're a natural at this." Emma shouted over the chaos, fending off a few zombies with her own mix of concrete blocks. "Thanks. I think I'm getting the hang of it," Alex replied, his voice filled with both exhilaration and focus. Each swing of the metal pipes felt like a dance, a deadly ballet where he controlled the rhythm. The battle raged on, and Alex continued to eliminate zombies with ruthless efficiency. He watched as the once menacing horde began to thin out. Each defeated zombie seemed to dissolve into a pile of ash, leaving behind small, glowing crystals. As the last of the zombies fell, the area around them fell eerily quiet. Alex and Emma stood amidst the remains, their breaths coming in heavy pants. "Alex, look at these," Emma called, pointing to the glowing crystals scattered across the ground. "They weren't there before." Alex moved towards the crystals, intrigued. He picked one up, feeling a strange warmth emanating from it. A prompt appeared in his vision. Crystal analysis. Type: low energy crystal. Effect: replenishes mental energy and enhances physical abilities when consumed. "This could be a game changer," Alex said, his excitement palpable. "These crystals can help us recover and boost our abilities. Let's gather as many as we can." They worked quickly, collecting the crystals and placing them into their backpacks. Each crystal felt like a tiny battery, ready to supercharge their abilities. Holding a small, glowing crystal in his hand, Alex watched as a system prompt materialized in his vision. "Do you want to absorb the energy of the crystal to replenish your mental energy or improve one of your skills or attributes?" Alex stood beside Emma, both of them studying the new prompt intently. "All right, let's test this out," Alex said, his voice filled with curiosity. "I'll start by replenishing my mental energy." Emma nodded in agreement, her eyes reflecting both excitement and apprehension. "Sounds good. Let's see how it works. Alex selected the option to replenish his drained mental energy. The prompt updated instantly. To replenish your mental energy, hold the crystal in your hand and focus on your mental energy while speaking the words, absorb. Both Alex and Emma each held a crystal, following the instructions from the system panel. They concentrated, their minds focused on the task at hand. Absorb, they said in unison, their voices steady despite their underlying excitement. As they spoke the word, they felt a warm, tingling sensation as the energy from the crystal began to flow into their bodies. The once vibrant crystal gradually dimmed and disappeared, leaving only a subtle glow lingering in the air. Alex could almost feel the surge of vitality spreading through him, and Emma's face lit up with a smile of relief and happiness. I can feel it working, Alex said, his voice brimming with exhilaration. My mental energy is definitely increasing. Emma beamed at him, her eyes reflecting the newfound hope. This is amazing. It's like we're getting stronger with each one. Feeling a surge of joy, Alex pulled Emma into a tight hug. We're really getting the hang of this. With a laugh, he spun Emma around before gently setting her back on her feet. Their shared excitement was palpable, and for a moment, the grim reality of their situation seemed a little less daunting. They continued with their newfound process, absorbing 3 more crystals. Each time, they felt their mental energy levels rising, their bodies becoming more invigorated. After they finished, their mental energy was at full capacity, and they both felt refreshed and energized. Alex then took another crystal and focused on his agility stat. As he absorbed the energy, he watched as a new prompt appeared. Agility increased by 0.01. His eyes widened in amazement. Emma, look at this. My agility has gone up. Emma's eyes sparkled with excitement. That's incredible. We're actually improving our stats with these crystals. They took turns absorbing additional crystals, each one contributing to their growing strength. Their agility and mental energy stats increased with each crystal. They used 0.1 for agility and 0.11 for mental energy. Alex couldn't contain his excitement. This is going to be our golden ticket. With these crystals, we can get ahead of the curve. Our abilities will set us apart from the rest of the survivors. Emma nodded enthusiastically, her confidence soaring. Absolutely. We're turning the tide in our favor. It feels like we're finally gaining some control over this chaotic situation. Alex smiled, let's make the most of this. We need to be ready for whatever comes next. These crystals are a powerful tool, and we can't afford to waste this opportunity. Emma agreed, her face set with resolve. We'll use every advantage we can. Let's keep gathering these crystals and improving our skills. The more prepared we are, the better our chances of surviving in this new world. Alex Stone, Vitality 100, Strength 5.7, Agility 6.1, Focus 5, Mental Energy 100. Active Skills, Copy Skill, Level 1. For open copy skill slots, Telekinesis Level 1. Passive Skills, Insight Level 1. Daily Mission, Eliminate 90 out of 100 zombies. Reward, Unlock Dimensional Storage Ability Level 1. Emma Clark, Vitality 100, Strength 5.5, Agility 6, Focus 5, Mental Energy 100. Active Skills, Telekinesis Level 1. The library stood before them, its tall structure casting long shadows in the dimming light. The large glass windows were now grimy and partially boarded up, but the building itself seemed intact. This should be a good base, Alex said, examining the entrance. We'll need to clear out any zombies inside and then secure the top floor. Emma nodded in agreement, her gaze fixed on the library's entrance. I'll take the lead. I'll use telekinesis to clear the path. Alex watched as Emma focused her mind, her hands moving in fluid motions as metal objects flew around her. She effortlessly cleared the way, and Alex followed closely, his baseball bat at the ready. Inside, the library was eerily quiet. The silence was broken only by the occasional creak of the building and the distant sound of a curtain flapping in a broken window. They made their way through the aisles, checking for any remaining zombies. Following the replenishment of their mental energy, Alex and Emma efficiently eliminated the final zombies present in the library, ultimately fulfilling Alex's daily assignment. Clear, that was the last one. Emma called out as she entered the main hall. Let's get to the top floor and start fortifying. They climbed the stairs quickly, their steps echoing in the empty building. As they reached the top floor, Alex activated the system to unlock his dimensional storage ability. The interface flashed with a confirmation message. Daily mission: eliminate 100 zombies complete. Dimensional storage unlocked. You now have access to 1 cubic meter of storage space. Alex's eyes widened with satisfaction as he felt a new sensation, like an invisible pouch opening within his mind. He immediately began storing their supplies and the collected crystals into the new space. How's it going up there? Emma asked, her voice coming from the other side of the room where she was setting up barricades. Great, Alex replied. We're all set with the storage. Now we just need to make sure this place is secure. They worked together, using furniture and debris to block off the stairwells and windows. They used their telekinesis skill to move heavy objects, and their teamwork proved effective. As they finished their preparations, Alex took a moment to reflect on their progress. Their new abilities had already proven invaluable, and the sense of accomplishment was overwhelming. Emma, I think we're in a good position now, Alex said, his voice filled with optimism. For now, we've got a safe base, our energy crystals, and the new storage space. We can focus on figuring out our next steps. Emma smiled, exhaustion evident but hope shining in her eyes. It feels good to have a bit of stability, doesn't it? Definitely, Alex agreed. Let's rest up and plan our next move. We've got a long road ahead of us. As the first stars began to appear in the night sky, Alex and Emma settled into their new base, ready to face whatever challenges the apocalypse had in store for them. The library was their fortress, and they were prepared to defend it with everything they had. Chapter 4: Relentless Onslaught. The silence in the library was shattered by the sound of breaking glass. Alex and Emma, their senses heightened and their hearts racing, turned toward the source of the noise. The front windows had been smashed open, and a massive horde of zombies was pouring in, their groans and snarls echoing through the once quiet sanctuary. A system prompt popped up. Emergency mission: survive for 60 minutes. Mission reward: random X2. Mission failure: death. Alex's eyes widen as he looked at the mission failure result. This is do or die for both of them. Emma, get ready! Alex shouted, gripping his makeshift weapon, several sturdy metal pipes lifting up from the ground. Emma nodded, her eyes steely with determination. She focused her telekinesis, ready to hurl anything she could at the oncoming zombies. I'm with you, Alex. Let's do this. The first wave of zombies surged forward, their decaying hands reaching out hungrily. Alex swung his pipe with all his might, the metallic thud of it connecting with rotting flesh resounding through the library. Beside him, Emma was using her telekinesis to send books and debris flying at their attackers, each object striking with deadly precision. We can't let them overwhelm us! Alex yelled, his voice straining with effort. He could feel his muscles burning with the exertion, but he pushed on, driven by sheer willpower and the desire to protect Emma. I know. Emma replied, her voice trembling slightly but steady. We have to keep fighting. As they battled the relentless horde, Alex's mind raced. He remembered the system's prompt about copying skills and using them to their advantage. With a quick glance at the nearest zombie body part, he focused and pulled it into his hand, activating his copy skill. Skill copied: Zombie Strength, Level 1, +5 Strength. Instantly, Alex felt a surge of power coursing through him. His muscles seemed to swell with newfound strength, and he swung his pipe with even greater force, sending zombies flying with each blow. Emma, I copied a zombie strength. My strength doubled. Emma's eyes widened with hope. That's amazing, Alex. Keep using it. Despite their combined efforts, the sheer number of zombies continued to press forward. They were everywhere, clawing at the walls, climbing over furniture, and shambling through the aisles. Alex and Emma were growing more exhausted with each passing moment, Alex swapping between telekinesis and his brute strength. We can't keep this up, Alex panted, sweat dripping down his face. His arms were beginning to feel like lead, and his vision was starting to blur. Emma, her telekinetic abilities waning, was struggling to keep up as well. I know, but we can't give up. Just as Alex was about to swing his pipe again, he noticed a strange glint in the corner of his eye. He turned to see a particularly large zombie, its eyes glowing with a sinister light. Realizing it might possess a unique ability, he quickly focused on it and activated his copy skill again as his fist landed a heavy blow on the rotten flesh. Skill copied: Regeneration Level 1. Almost immediately, Alex felt a rejuvenating sensation wash over him. The aches and pains in his body began to fade, and his energy levels spiked. Emma, I've got a regeneration skill. I can heal. Emma looked at him with a mix of relief and determination. That's incredible, Alex. We have to keep going. They fought on, bolstered by their newly acquired abilities. Alex's swings grew stronger and more precise, while Emma, inspired by Alex's resilience, pushed her telekinesis to the limit. Despite their exhaustion, they managed to hold their ground, beating back wave after wave of the undead. But the horde was relentless, and their numbers seemed endless. The library, once a place of refuge, was now a battleground filled with chaos and danger. Alex and Emma were beginning to lose hope, their movements growing slower and more desperate. I don't know how much longer we can last, Alex admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. His body was trembling with fatigue, and even his regenerative abilities were struggling to keep up. Zombies clawing at him, scraping, cutting and bruising his arms and legs, only for the wounds to heal in a matter of seconds. Emma, her face pale and strained, nodded. We have to try, we have to survive. As they continued to fight, the horde closed in around them, pressing them into a corner. They were completely surrounded, with no way out. Alex's mind raced, searching for any possible solution. Suddenly, a brilliant idea struck him. Emma, use your telekinesis to clear a path. We need to get to higher ground. Emma's eyes widened with realization. You're right. Hold them off for a moment. Using her last crystal energy to replenish some mental energy, she continued to use every ounce of her strength. Emma focused her telekinesis on the largest pieces of debris around them. With a mighty effort, she sent chairs, tables, and even bookshelves crashing into the zombies, creating a temporary barrier. Now, Alex. Let's go. She shouted, grabbing his hand. They sprinted towards the stairs, their path momentarily cleared by Emma's telekinetic assault. They stumbled up the steps, their legs burning with effort. Behind them, the zombies continued to press forward, but their progress was slowed by the makeshift barricades. Reaching the top floor, Alex and Emma quickly barricaded the staircase with whatever they could find: desks, chairs, and even a heavy filing cabinet. It wouldn't hold forever, but it would buy them some time. Breathing heavily, Alex turned to Emma. We need a new plan. We can't keep running like this. Emma nodded, her face filled with determination. I agree. We need to find a way to end this once and for all. Just then, a strange, intense wave of pain shot through their bodies. They both cried out in agony, collapsing to the floor. A strange energy enveloped them, and the world around them began to blur and fade. As they blacked out, they found themselves in a dreamlike state. The familiar blue interface of the system panel appeared before them, but this time, it seemed more vivid, more real. System Update Level 2, due to your extraordinary efforts, you have been granted additional rewards. Alex and Emma listened intently as the system's voice continued. Alex, your newly acquired skills of zombie strength and regeneration will be permanently integrated into your system. Additionally, Emma, you will also receive the tutorial mission reward, Insight, and unlock your own AI system panel level 1. Insight allows you to scan any object, person, or otherwise unalive entity to see their stats, skills, and other information. Emma, meanwhile, also had a breakthrough, leveling up her telekinesis skill to level 2, allowing her to move larger objects with greater precision. Upon regaining consciousness, they no longer experienced any pain. Instead, they felt an overwhelming surge of power and mental acuity. We've got a second chance, Alex said, his voice filled with resolve. We need to make the most of it. Emma nodded, her eyes blazing with intensity. Let's finish this. They stood up, ready to face whatever came next. As they prepared to fight their way out of the library, a sudden crash echoed through the building. The zombies had broken through their makeshift barricade and were flooding the stairs. Here we go, Alex muttered, gripping his pipe tightly. With renewed energy and their new abilities, they charged forward. Alex used his enhanced strength to smash through the zombies, each blow sending undead bodies flying. His regeneration kept him going, healing his wounds as fast as they appeared. Beside him, Emma's telekinesis was a whirlwind of destruction. She hurled heavy objects with pinpoint accuracy, crushing the zombies under the sheer force of her will. Her movements were fluid and precise, each action calculated and deadly. Despite their exhaustion, they fought with everything they had, their abilities pushing them beyond their limits for a second time. The library was a scene of chaos and carnage, but Alex and Emma held their ground, their determination unwavering. As they fought, Alex's insight ability provided a detailed view of the zombies' weaknesses. He relayed the information to Emma, and together, they targeted the zombies' vulnerabilities with ruthless efficiency. "We're doing it, Alex!" Emma shouted, her voice filled with exhilaration. "We're winning!" But the horde was vast, and their numbers seemed endless. Despite their best efforts, the zombies continued to press forward, their relentless hunger driving them on. "We need to get out of here!" Alex yelled, his voice hoarse with effort. "We can't keep this up forever." Emma nodded, her face pale but determined. "Agreed. Let's find a way out." They fought their way through the horde, their movements a blur of strength and telekinetic power. Each step was a struggle, but they pushed on, driven by sheer willpower and the desire to survive. As they neared the library's exit, a sudden, intense burst of energy enveloped them, creating an energy barrier. They cried out in surprise, their bodies tingling with a strange, unfamiliar sensation. Before they could react, a figure appeared before them, stepping through the haze of energy. The stranger was severely injured, his clothes torn and bloodied. "Who are you?" Alex demanded, his voice filled with suspicion and desperation. The stranger looked up, his eyes filled with pain but also with a glimmer of hope. "I'm a trap agent," he said, his voice weak but determined. "I need your help." Alex and Emma exchanged a quick glance, their minds racing. Despite their exhaustion and the chaos around them, they knew they had to listen. "We'll help you," Emma said, her voice steady. "But we need to get out of here first." The stranger nodded, wincing in pain. "I can't activate my time jump back to my world in this condition." "But you can." Alex's eyes widened in realization. "You mean I can copy your skills?" The stranger nodded again. "Yes. Copy my skills and get us out of here." Without hesitation, Alex activated his copy skill, touching the stranger's exposed skin on his ripped battle suite. Chapter 5, A Stranger's Intervention. Skill copied, time jump level 1. Skill upgraded, dimension storage level 2, plus 1 cubic meter storage space has been added. Skill copy failed, energy barrier level 5, upgrade your copy skill to copy higher level skills. Instantly, Alex felt a surge of energy flooding his mind. He looked at Emma, his eyes filled with determination. "Emma, grab all the crystals you can find," Alex said. Emma nodded, using her telekinesis to pull in the fallen crystals scattered around the room. She handed a few to Alex, who quickly absorbed their energy to replenish his mental strength. "Okay, we need to power up," Alex said, his eyes locking with Emma's. "I've got this new time jump skill, but I need to make sure I can use it properly." The trap agent, leaning against a wall for support, began to explain. "Time jump is a complex skill. You need to focus on the exact coordinates and visualize your destination clearly. Here, let me help." He reached out, placing a hand on Alex's shoulder. "I'm going to transfer the coordinates to you. Focus on them. Feel them." Alex closed his eyes, concentrating on the information flowing into his mind. He could see the coordinates, feel the exact location they needed to jump to. "Got it," he said, opening his eyes and looking at Emma. "Ready?" Emma nodded, gripping Alex's hand tightly. "Let's do this." Alex activated the time jump skill, visualizing the coordinates with all his might. A blinding light enveloped them once more, and the world around them began to shift and warp. They reappeared in a new location, a futuristic facility filled with advanced technology and strange devices. The air was different, cleaner, and filled with the hum of machinery. "Welcome to Trap Headquarters," the agent said, his voice weak but filled with relief. "We've made it." Alex and Emma looked around in awe, their minds racing with questions and possibilities. They had escaped the horde, but their journey was far from over. "Thank you," Alex said, turning to the agent. "We wouldn't have made it without you." The agent smiled weakly. "You have great potential, both of you. Trap needs people like you. Your skills, your determination, they'll be invaluable." Emma squeezed Alex's hand, her eyes filled with a mix of relief and determination. "What's next?" she asked, looking at the agent. The agent took a deep breath, his expression serious. "Rest for now. Regain your strength. There's a lot you need to learn about Trap and your new abilities. But remember, the fight isn't over. It's just beginning." Alex Stone, Vitality 100, Strength 10.7, Agility 6.1, Focus 5, Mental Energy 100. AI System Panel Level 2. Active Skills, Copy Skill, Level 1. For open copy skill slots, Telekinesis Level 1. Passive Skills, Insight Level 1. Dimensional Storage Level 2, Zombie Strength Level 1, Regeneration Level 1. Emma Carter, Vitality 100, Strength 5.5, Agility 6, Focus 5, Mental Energy 100. AI System Panel Level 1. Active Skills, Telekinesis Level 1. Passive Skills, Insight Level 1. *****.